God bless you guys. Welcome onto this video. This is the last second kind of video. I was walking to Target and God downloaded this message to me, and he reminded me of what he said to me. This came in on June 17, 2021. I never forgot this. I heard him clearly. He said to me that faith is the currency of heaven, okay? And let me explain. So, and it came in at 4:23 p.m. As I looked at my phone, it was 4:23 that I started the message unknowingly. And you know, I'm all about the good shepherd, following the shepherd. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want, okay? So here it is. Here's the message. This is going to help someone. I know it. So in a season of total dependence on God, you will be receiving things when you need them, so he can show you that it is from his hand and his hand alone. Okay, some of you are already experiencing this, okay, so hang on. So there is no other way, listen, to experience it. It is the same way the Israelites were provided for in the wilderness. They moved with the cloud and they stopped with the fire, right? And then he provided the food, the manna, daily as they needed it, right? Total dependent. But how else are they going to see this kingdom? How else? There is no other way to see it that way. So if you find yourself here, ask God to open your eyes so you can see, because it is actually a good thing. The lack is temporary in the natural, right? But the truth is, that is not what is going on in the spirit realm, okay? The proof of it is when you are in need of something. In this season, you might be. God's got you that way, especially if you're following him and you're staying close to him. Okay, I'm here to encourage you. Listen, pay attention to that pattern and you cry out. So when you're crying out as you have need, okay, he provides it. And then you're like, oops, I cried a little too much on that one. So Jeremiah 33:3, call on me and I will show you great and mighty things. And then in Philippians 4:19, keep quoting it. This is an instruction. My God shall supply all my needs according to his riches and glory. And we have to get this in our heart. Say it until it goes deep in your heart. He will continue to do this as you walk out the situation that you have in need. And fear is normal, right? And you find yourself a little bit in fear. But as you see the repetition and God continues to go ahead of you and provide, your heart starts to settle down and your faith now is stronger. Faith is the ingredient that pleases God, right? So here's some of the scriptures, which is Hebrews 11:6. And without faith, it is impossible to please God. It's impossible. But then you say, well, what am I supposed to do? No, these seasons are orchestrated and by the Lord. It's not about your feelings being perfect. No, it's about your obedience, that you actually did it when you didn't want to. While you were in fear, you still did it. That's what the kingdom is. It's not about you thinking you are perfect. There's no such thing. Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. See, you do not see it in the natural yet, but when you need it, he is providing for you. So let me continue. So now your faith is stronger. Faith is the ingredient that pleases God, and he is the one that is building your faith so you please him. So he does it all. He does it all. I mean, everything comes from God. Our help comes from above. Your obedience to stay the path and do what he asks of you and go where he leads you, okay? This is what builds your faith. Your spiritual eyes are open more in the little details you follow, okay? Faith is the currency of heaven, and you are going to need all the faith that you have built up until now to make a purchase in whatever it is that God has promised you. Each season of obedience helps you see the truth of God's kingdom, and more faith now is deposited in heaven's bank account that you can use on earth, because faith is the currency of heaven. And now I see it because I'm walking this out myself. And as I think back in December when I called out, when I heard the Lord say that Shiba Inu $1, crazy faith, dare to believe. Well, how many months later is it? 8 months later now? Well, what would that seem? What does that have to look like? I have to become the message. But you know what? It's so awesome because once the heart settles down and you really see him, you start to notice that you don't really need much stuff. You know, I noticed that when people are starting to give me things, it's almost becoming like a burden to me. I'm like, well, what am I going to do with that right now? Because it's kind of like I'm in transition, and at any second I have to be on the go. So when somebody comes and wants to give me stuff, which if I don't need it, I'm not going to use it, I'm going to give it back. I find myself like just wanting to do, because when you are in transition, you want to be, to already leave or to be at that place, but you have to trust God, because this season, if you find yourself totally depending on the Lord, wow, when you find yourself in this season, it's awesome, because you actually get to see him doing it. And then I want to say this, a lot of times, like I notice things on the internet, like on YouTube, where they talk a lot about the universe and this and this and that, but really, how would someone like that, if they're just listening to a message from somebody, and the messages sound really good, you know, but how will you know for yourself that this God, each little hair on your head, is guiding you as you have that need, and he says, go here, or you're crying out for what you need as it presents itself. And then there's scripture to back it up. That's what I'm talking about. So, because there's a lot of feel-good messages out there about the universe, and they use God, but like I said, we're not giving all the glory to Jesus, and the center of everything is Jesus. And I wanted to say that that whatever God has promised you, he's building on that, because he's bringing it from your mind to your heart. He's working it out as you're waiting. And I talked about it in my live last week about having this anticipation, and this, he does it. So the situation you find yourself in, you find this heart that's heavy and mind, and you're in this eager expectation, because you know that you're not going to stay there, and it's going to change, and something is coming. Do you understand? He puts you in those seasons because the earth is waiting to reveal the sons of God, the sons of God. And all of this is part of it. And so anyway, that's all I wanted to say. You know, so we're faith is when we don't see things in the natural, and what it looks like in the natural is just the natural. Because remember, we walk by faith and not by sight, and it's not an easy walk. That's why iron sharpens iron. That's why God, as we go through our situations, we come out and share things with you, because that's a message that has come out of authenticity and of the living God working in our lives. So whatever we are going through, it's also the people are going through, right? It is, and that's just how it is. So anyway, God bless you. Share this video, because I'm sure somebody can use to hear another faith message. So God bless you.